Joining me now, Kevin McCarthy, former Speaker of the House. I found this Bret Baier sit-down with the Doge team fascinating, and it should have reassured every American who is being led to freak out over what they're doing. Amazing.
Every hardworking taxpayer sit back and say, I have somebody working for me. If you wanted to go out and get this work done, we would pay billions of dollars. Here's the brightest minds, not just in America, in the world, volunteering, sacrificing, and he's getting attacked. I mean, terrorist attacks against his companies because he's fighting for the individual. That's what's so amazing to me. The more he does.
Did you hear that Las Vegas terrorist, Tesla terrorist, that they nabbed the federal charges? He's like a member of the Communist Party. They're not like every left-wing, progressive, out-of-control group he's a member of.
Yeah.
Of course.
Attacking electric cars.
Yeah.
They make no sense.
So that's what. So these individuals who volunteered their time are burrowing in, and what they're really finding out, Kevin, is that these government systems, which even back in the 80s I saw were completely outdated, are not only outdated, they're kind of dangerous in a way because they make us vulnerable.
These are systems when the computer first started. We're modernizing it so you can catch, so you have accountability in government. Everything everybody says they want in their government, they're providing it. And it's going to save tremendous amount of money, one, for the taxpayer. It's going to provide greater service to the constituents. This is what people crave to be able to make happen.
I want to get into what's happening with the House of Representatives because it seems like the Republican margin is shrinking. Elise Stefanik is now asked by Trump to stay in Congress, not go to the United Nations, because they're obviously concerned that Republicans have a razor-thin margin, and it could get even smaller.
Well, I don't think it's going to get smaller. We have two members who are out, who resigned. Those are going to get filled April 1st in Florida. Make sure all the Republicans and Democrats get out and vote for those Republicans. If Elise was to depart, and she's going to be willing to stay to help, it would have had her seat open. Unfortunately, had a couple Democrats pass away. So the margin is small after that election because we lost some seats. But we're going to be able, one thing these members in Congress should realize, when they stick together, they win. And not only do they win, they make the Democrats go crazy. Schumer, whether you're going to throw him out now, this is the strength of staying with President Trump, carrying out his American First agenda, making America stronger, and the Democrats don't know where to go.
Back to this Doge interview of the team members and Elon Musk. He was asked about his daily goals in doing this. Watch.
We are cutting the waste and fraud in real time. So every day that passes, our goal is to reduce the waste and fraud by $4 billion a day, every day, 7 days a week. And so far, we are succeeding.
He's goal-oriented. But listen, this is the man, when you didn't have a rocket made in America to go up, we were buying them from Russia. He created one. And then he rescued our astronauts. He catches the rocket, nobody else, and people criticize him helping out government. He's modernizing it, bringing accountability, and eliminating waste. Everybody who's run for office said that's what they want to achieve, and he's doing it, being attacked, and volunteering to make it happen.
How important, given all of your experience as Speaker of the House, is it for Republicans to hold on to this House majority and expand upon it? We're seeing what's happening with Wisconsin. That's a very difficult race for the Republicans. Some polls show the Republican down.
And this is about the Supreme Court.
Yeah,
and you know what?
Redistrict
the Democratic leader, Hakeem Jeffries, said this all race isn't about the rule of law. It's about being able to redistrict to try to win back the House. That's cheating.
2 or 3 states.
Yeah, they want to take over the Supreme Court to break the rule of law, to draw new seats. And this is the thing about Democrats. They have no leader. They're the weakest they've ever been.
But they stick together, as you said.
They stick together. But the other thing, you think about it, come next census, they can win Wisconsin. They can win Pennsylvania. They can win Michigan. And they'd still lose Electoral College because their policies are so bad in blue states, they're moving to red states. But the other thing Republicans need to understand, you elected President Trump, carry out his agenda, just stick together. Don't be these individuals out there, and America will be stronger, and you will win seats next November.
And I think, again, taking their narrative, their fear-mongering narrative, and turning it on its head and demonstrating, as Bret Baier did tonight with this interview, it was brilliantly handled, it reassures people that, oh, wait a second, it's my money being wasted. And at HHS, Doge is actually a big hit. Watch this.
28 great divisions will become 15. This will be a painful period for HHS as we downsize from 82,000 full-time employees to around 62,000. We're going to save taxpayers nearly $2 billion a year, and we're going to return HHS to its original commitment to public health and gold standard science.
Well, and he said repeatedly, we've gotten more unhealthy the more money we've spent on health care, somehow.
I'll tell you what, I travel the country, more people talk about having Kennedy in there. He's doing a good job. He's talking about the things we've all wondered about. You know, who's representing us in this processed food world? Who's telling us really what is good for us in the process? And what Elon is doing, to me, is the most important thing we have. I hope Elon does more television. He's busy working every day.
Come on the angle, Elon. We'll continue this.
But you know the thing? I've known Elon for a long time.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have anything scripted.
No.
He doesn't ask you what question you're going to ask. Just ask him. You can watch how his mind works. And all he's looking at, how do I make government more efficient? How do I make it more accountable? And he's sacrificing for the taxpayer. He's getting crucified in his companies when he's being away for it, giving to the country.
Elon has a message for Congress, your former colleagues. Watch this.
We try to keep Congress as informed as possible, but the law does say that money needs to be spent correctly. It should not be spent fraudulently or wastefully. It's not contrary to Congress to avoid waste and fraud. It is consistent with the law and consistent with Congress.
It takes a South African to come in here and remind us of what we're supposed to be doing in
He may have been born in
Washington.
South Africa, but he's an American.
Yeah.
And what he loves this country so greatly. Look, I've been friends with him for a long time. I helped bring him with President Trump. This guy, what he really drove him to get more involved is when he bought Twitter and watched what this government was doing to its people and nobody was saying about it. He came to see me in Washington. Jim Jordan and I went into the SCIF because he was telling us what government was doing. He couldn't believe it during COVID, taking people's rights away of free speech. And he would tell me during this election, if we lose this election, I had to move out of California. There's no place else to move. We have to save our country. And that is what he's doing right now, keeping that commitment to save our country.
I mean, where would this administration be, obviously, without President Trump, but also without him?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously great people.
They make an amazing team.
But
you've got to have a great disruptor in President Trump that he has the will to go through it. I'm telling you, when I travel the world, they're jealous of what's happening.
oh, of course, but they're also like Trump is so confident in what he knows. He's not at all threatened about bringing one of the smartest people in the world to work. But like a person who's insecure wouldn't want that. But he's very secure. He's like, yeah, let's work together. Let's do it.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool.
Every other country in the world is jealous. They wish they had Elon Musk doing this.
Oh, I bet. Kevin McCarthy, thank you for your unique insight on all of these happenings. It's time for the taxpayers.